I need a neutral item.
You can give it to me.
Well, here we go.
You know, just give it to me. Look, you've hurt my feelings enough already.
You make sure you look after that poor old pig. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3. I mean, so I was sort of hearing you two say towards the end, you're just not... What are you doing to that pig? Stop bullying.
You guys can't see this, but the pig was very upset, but Lacoste gave it a little boop. Now everything is okay.
Already, CHILLAX. They're going pretty deep for this one. I don't think they're going to catch Spartan on their foot. That's not going to be anything happening there. But let's see. I mean, so, you know, you two don't seem super sold by the PLP. Oh, okay, they want this ball. Oh, they got it. All right, easy 36 gold.
So I think PL can have a great game, but he needs time. He needs time, and the question is, we saw how Stamanen and Wish were able to play together last game. I think they can do the same thing this game. It's essentially the same concept as a Clock and a Tinker, just getting kills early on. A Puck and an Earth Spirit can do the same things, invade the jungle early on, and just get kills on side lanes. So, but PL, if he gets the time and the items, he is playing against a couple of counters, but it's not unplayable for that hero.
They have a save with OD, so if he can keep the distance, take care of PL until PL comes online. Still looking at Brame, they can play fast, they can play very active, especially once Stamanen is on that Earth Spirit, which he is. And also you have Puck, who is going to cause a lot of issues. They don't have enough lockdown for Puck. We've seen in game number 1 how Puck can easily pop off. So it might be the same thing. Also, you don't die the Spirit Breaker. Unless you, I don't know, disconnect. Well, there's the disconnect or just a pause for now.
Short pause there, lag. And then G was sort of caused in the same second.
Wish really likes that voice line.
He really does.
That's the boy.
Let's see. I mean, how's the lane for Pleb that he's picked this PL into? Is he going to farm all right?
Should be fine, honestly.
Playing into 2 melee heroes should be okay, and they can set things up with Grimstroke once they get that level 2.
I'd actually argue that they're stronger than Beastmaster and Earth Spirit.
Yeah.
Because Earth Spirit is not the greatest laner, unless he's pulling waves and kind of setting up for kickbacks. And this Inkswell with PL can do a lot of damage, similar to the Grimstroke and PA combo we saw earlier.
We'll see how careful 11's going to be and if they can keep the lane in good shape. Bottom, now this time around, Nefrit teaming up with Spartan on the Willow instead of the Warlock. Is it still a pretty solid lane for the Kunkka? I mean, is there any chance that they can do anything about the Kunkka in his laning stage?
So Kunkka's always going to be a strong laner, right? Like, he can control the lane as he pleases with Tidebringer, secure last hits from self-range creeps should be easy to get, and he's very tanky. So you never have to be concerned with a Kunkka on a safe lane.
Same what they did in the previous game. Like, they have this global presence from the mid lane, which means that, you know, they had Zeus in the previous one. This time around they have Spirit Breaker, so once he hits like level 6, it's gonna be very easy to gank the side lanes.
See bottom.
Nice brambles coming out. Ooh! Clip 2, one on the side and one on the other.
Same time up top, Stamanen. They'll get out just in time. Both supports pushed to their limits there. They did try and trade with one another. Stamanen quick with the salve up. Let's get back in on Pleb. I mean, mid lane CS so far has been fought very, very even here. Right now, Wish and MTD having just as good of a time as one another.
Spirit Breaker on a mid lane, like, I don't think he dies to Puck, because you have status resistance, you can break the coil if you feel like you're in trouble, and you go for the bottle, which means you're going to have a roll.
Comes in just in time to put a bit of an interrupt there to Pleb's attempt on 11. Bottom. Mastery falling rather low here. Be a little careful, especially with that level 2 Tidebringer. We'll have that extra bit of reach.
OD is very low
Yeah.
on HP, doesn't have any regen, needs to bring for his own something that you do not want to do on OD. You want to rush that Ring of Health, but so far Nefrit and Spartan managed to deal a lot of damage, a lot of harassment, and I like what Spartan is doing. He's position 5 lever, which means Bramble Maze needs to be maxed out. I love his starting items, Double Branch, Fairy Fire, and Magic Stick, so he trades really well. Mastery in trouble.
Oh!
Really
They
nice
lost the ball
brambles
turret.
there too.
I got him.
Those are impeccably placed brambles, actually. Just gave the OD no exit. He could not walk back into the lane. He had to go into the trees and just cornered.
Oh, he's making life really hard for them down there in Spartan. As we saw, had a great game 2 on his Warlock, and already off to a very good start on the Willow. Doing big stuff here in the lane, making it very nice for Nefrit as they continue to pretty much dominate that bottom lane. Very slow farm this game for the OD to start off. Just 9 CS against the 20 of the Kunkka.
Meanwhile, Puck and Spirit Breaker just trading farm what you would expect. Spirit Breaker is not under any imminent threat by the Puck.
What you want to have with Spirit Breaker on the mid lane is your lane close to your towers, so there's much more time for Spirit Breaker to react and come to the lane and gank. Once he gets that level 6, he's off to any lane that is pushed in.
Looks like Samana is going on the Scrimstrike top. Is he gonna hit? Nope. No, honestly, it's hard
Effie
to
would
land
not
these rolls.
miss that roll.
No, I definitely would. Because they sidestep, don't they? It's hard. If you're not sidestepping the roll, what are you doing?
But look
No,
at this
Lacoste
play.
is right. I wouldn't have missed.
He TPs to the mid lane, but the status resistance kicks in. Coil doesn't last as long, and he gets out of trouble. It was a nice play from Stamanid, but not perfectly executed.
And you know what, Lacoste? I feel like the Spirit Breaker with levels and items just charges in, and just that bulldoze is going to be so valuable against this Coil and this Roar. He can definitely be that hero to just soak up these spells that we were talking about PL being afraid of.
I see bottom. Stamanid making a very nice move there. Comes in, kicks back Mastery into the Brambles. Trying to block off MNT's potential escapes. Got Sakuchi in a couple of seconds, and he has got MTD to help out and turn this around here as they kill off Stamanid. Ults up, they knock back the Kunkka. And indeed, Nefrit will fall. Nicely baited there by MNT, keeping them interested. Buying time for MTD to come flying across.
Earthspirit managed to make a still good rotation, even though nothing was made on a mid lane, backstabs. This is the power of Spirit Breaker, being able to jump to the, like, TP back to lane, charge back to another lane. So you have to be very careful. They need to, like, be aware of Spirit Breaker whenever he's missing on the map. So maybe try to slow down things a bit.
And actually, they've traded lanes, Mastery and MTD, and it's because he needed a little bit of a mid lane experience, and Gold, he wasn't getting that much out of the bottom lane. That's the value of Spirit Breaker. He can rotate in and just sit on the lane for a while.
Top lane, very clean setup there from Stamanid. Sets up for the Coil. Making those moves that you can expect here from the man on a hero that's very frequently banned against him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hard for them to really do anything down bottom still. Slow start. Continues for the OD Stamanid, and he's actually getting an even more aggressive.
Keeping top.
Stamanid's
lost
aware.
vision.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He backs out straight away on the MTD. Ultimate
Meanwhile,
ready.
Club TP's mid, tries to get a little bit of extra gold, but Puck is instantly back there.
Yeah, seemingly that the top lane is just quite not so safe for him at all. Mid lane, not really the safe area either, especially with Spartan around. The silence into the kick. Do they have further lockdown? They do. That's pleb out, and that's gonna hurt.
That is a huge kill. So that is not where you want your PL dying at this point of the game.
CMTD, he's going for Spartan here, needs a bash. And he's not going to get the chance to get it quite yet. Okay, the
Bug
slow
connected.
comes in with the bugs out. Spartan will die. MNT trying to see if he can chase on for any more, but Puck's already out of there. It will just be the Willow going down in the river.
It was a nice play from Spartan. He already placed the Bramble before and sees the direction Spirit Breaker is coming from, sits there so that he connects with the Bramble Maze, stops the charge.
Radiant's middle tower
It's about
is
the
under
efficiency,
attack.
but the big efficiency is being able to kill Phantom Lancer 2 times in a row, which is going to set things up for success for Brame on the top lane, especially with the Beastmaster. They could go for a tower, they could go for a kill. Primal Roar is available, so I expect Samanin to rotate the top lane, and whoever shows, grab a kill there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
See 11. He's got his Raw at the ready.
Radiant structures are
They must
fortified.
demand, and if one of them can get the connection onto MNC, they'll go down. But MNC, he's
He
got no
knows. He
interest.
saw that sentry ward being placed.
Yep. Doesn't want to mess around with this push at all, as it's going to be coming in pretty hard from Brame with the
Dire's top
Beastmaster
tower
and his
is under
army.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is
Bottom lane. Time for the combo setup here. Nefrit able to remove the bug in time to get the boat follow-up. And that'll be enough for Wish to jump in and finish it off.
Dire's top tower is under
While that did happen, OD managed to get a meteor off on the bottom tower, just doing a little bit of extra damage. So not the best trade, but they didn't get nothing out of it.
Yeah. They still have to be careful because Beastmaster didn't use anything on the top lane. So if you decide to play aggressively on a bottom, try to match and kill the tier 1 tower, Beastmaster can TP and use a roar, so they gotta be very careful. I would love to see like that kind of rotation from a Beastmaster, sit in the trees and possibly bait a Meteor Hammer from OD, then he uses a stun or Earth Spirit rolls in. Any of these two can just stop it from a decent distance.
11 taking over quite a bit of the jungle here from CHILLAX. Pleb still hovering around the mid. Having to be very cautious where he steps to farm top. 11's going to go for the roar into the stomp, and with Wish coming in, they'll have the silence to leave no chance of a time lapse from MNT.
Nice chain stunning going on over there. I was gonna comment, I think MTD has a really good game so far. He has mashed Puck just in CS, which you don't really expect of a Spirit Breaker.
His farm has been very solid. See how much pressure comes in around the mid. I mean, Lodine and MTD at the ready to hold. Spartan trying to get a grab with Brambles. Not going to happen. Whilst this focus is being created, still top lane continues to get pushed in by the Beastmaster.
Spartan TPing just to stack, that's a good support.
I love the tips. He knows he's sitting there, so if anyone shows, he can't use the hammer. Earth Spirit will roll in onto him, kind of ruining the game for OD.
Top lane, they'll get the charge in on 11. Some TPs were coming in, but no way of getting over to him. With the control that MTD can deal. Charge and ultimate, no chance for a Beastmaster to run. Brame will quickly step up the pressure on mid though, whilst that action's up elsewhere. I'm going to look for the setup with the fear. Nicely done here from Spartan to kick off some action.
Great coil.
The two of them, they're going to be able to take out Mastery. They'll try for more, but Pleb's turned up and ready for the turnaround. Brings down Spartan. Wish he's had to bail out of this one. Do with the Magnetize, bringing MTT down low.
He refreshes it one last time before going down, and it walks
he's
into the
gonna get it.
stone.
I mean, that should do it, right, MTD? Yeah, he'll tick out to the Magnetize.
Just enough damage. Spirit Breaker actually walked into another stone and refreshed it himself.
This should be the tower. Let's see if Lodine can get the last hit to deny. He can.
Oh, nicely
Perfectly timed.
done. Very nicely done there by Lodine, taking away a bit of that gold. A little bit of a pause, but so far 1k lead for Brame. There's this puck. Been pretty spooky right now. Spartan there proving that this is not an easy place to TP into. But as we saw, CHILLAX get a couple of kills in return.
Very nice spell casting there from Brame, being able to like lock down on a target. They're not overlapping their spells and managing to get a kill. This is a core Spirit Breaker. This is mid Spirit Breaker, so a lot of value from getting that kill. Earth Spirit, he does not have like any of the big items. There is no urn so far, but going for Yule Scepter, something that has been really popular, especially whenever there's a Spirit Breaker in the team. And once again,
Ooh!
Just in time. So PL actually finally finishes his defusal lid. That's a nice timing that he hit here.
Yeah, not bad at all considering sort of the top lane. Brame certainly brought the battle to him and took that tier 1 early. Pleb's been able to keep his farm clean and make sure that he does still hit a very solid timing that will allow him to turn up to these fights if he can sort of jump in after Brame's sort of shown their first round of ults. MTD close to the Shadow Blade. Top lane. If they can find MNT, can't quite grab him with the silence there, Stamanen. MNT's going to be fine. He can continue to cause issues for them up top. Bottom, Spartan, this time catching the combo to Master. We'll have a charge coming in on bottom. MTD buffed up, but it's going to be going pretty far on his own. See if he continues on this one here. He'll hold back. Nefrit in the neighborhood there to offer up a combo if he did continue to dive in. As 1k gold on top of the armlet, so of course going for the standard straight into the BKB so Nefrit can turn up and fight.
Doesn't care about anything other than Spirit Breaker ulti. Once that BKB is online, they're thinking about the Roche. 11 already inside.
Right.
They have sustain from Vlad's.
And with the Beastmaster aura, they should have a good shout at doing this. See what CHILLAX's move's going to be. Be aware, nobody is showing. The bugs are out. They know exactly what's going on, but Roshan looks to be already too low. So Brame, they'll get away with this. A nice early Roshan, just 14 minutes in. Aegis onto the Kunkka.
And they have drawn a line straight to the bottom lane, so that looks like it's the next part of the map that they want to take.
They drew a line on minimap that no one is following right now. I love that. They're not even playing, but who was it? It was purple. So Nefrit.
Yellow drew as well. There are 2 drawings. And to the bottom lane they go.
At least the 3 of them turning up for this defense, and it's like CHILLAX know not to push it too hard. They've backed off. They're not going to try and finish off this tier 1 for now. So Brame, I'll continue to be able to keep all their towers alive here. 15 minutes.
They've smoked up here, and that's an Arcane Rune charge.
Plus a Shadow Blade.
Inkspell not quite connecting.
And MTD, knowing that there's many heroes hiding in the trees, does not try and force it.
Just gonna deny this tower by wish and walk away.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
PL still doesn't feel too
This
safe
is so
going into
typical
a fight.
Spartan. This is so walking up
Wish.
kills.
Quick coil out onto the 2 of them, and he's caught the big one there, MTD. There's the follow-up
There's
fear,
the
knocking
snap.
him back. MTD is going to be hit by the Cursed Crown. Wish trying to make his way over. A defensive Astral comes into play from Mastery. That'll be enough to keep MTD safe. 1-for-1 at the moment. The illusion's being sent over as Stamanen and Nefrit step back. CHILLAX not able to head up to the high ground, but they will hold their own there in that fight. Maybe even get more. 11's pretty deep.
Not a place to be, especially once you play against the Spirit Breaker. You have no boots, means you're not moving around the map quickly enough. Even uses the roar.
I mean,
Kunkka.
he's actually surviving here, 11 for now. He's stepping away, and despite a bit of an awkward position, he's taking some time to get taken down. Pleb's looking for him.
That Ancient is doing so much damage.
I mean, they get the kill, but Pleb lost his life for that attempt. Going in for the kill on that, so not worth it there for the PL as Pleb gets taken down.
Brame managed to connect with the rest of the team.
Yeah.
With 11, who has no boots. He's in the triangle. He got spotted by Observer Ward, which should get rewarded. You should know something is up. And Stamanen plus Spartan, they get a kill on maybe next time.
Brame are really picking up the pace here. That's just so funny. He walked into that dire triangle. I'm gonna take your Ancient Creeps. It looked like a mistake, but all of a sudden it wasn't. That Thunderhide went ham that fight.
That was not an easy one there for CHILLAX. Pleb. He's got to be a bit more careful when he commits in like that, especially when Nefrit was standing next to him there. Nefrit dishing out quite the right click as the Kunkka chopping down the PL.
Closing in on his BKB timing as well. On Nefrit, just 250 more gold to go, and Brame can look to move their next move.
Oh, he's going to be so strong in these fights. BKB and the Brum. They will not be able to take him down unless they get some sort of a jump or catch on him, and that main lead-in is going to rely on MTD closing the gap before he can react, and that's not easy to do. See in the mid, CHILLAX they're stepping up there for Stamanen. Stamanen is going to turn back in and kick back into the coil connection of Wish. They've got the Bramble and the Fear at the ready. The snap with the coil kicks in, the boat comes crashing over. As MTD goes down, a very nice bit of a peel away from the rest of the team there from Stamanen as he tears MTD away from any sort of safety or backup from the rest of CHILLAX.
Using the info that he already used Bulldoze, which means they can lock him down. And I believe they caught a glimpse of OD, so he couldn't get close to use Astral. Kunkka commits fully with his combo. They grab a kill. This is second time Spirit Breaker is dying. And remember, once again, this is a core Spirit Breaker.
I'm just looking at these CHILLAX items, and I love that OD and Spirit Breaker are both rocking the casual glove.
Oh, we sort of saw, you know, teams do that in the past, but you're right, yeah. Bringing it back.
Just in case, I think it's just in case you want to go for that Midas, you know. Now, the value that you get from item is good. You get the 20 attack speed for the cost. Feels nice to have.
Yeah, I guess you'd rather have that in there than any sort of more standard stats when you're a hero that relies on that punch, that right-click speed.
I do feel like the casual glove makes more sense in Spirit Breaker than I do, because he does have that level 10 talent for attack speed, but you know, why skill the talent when you can buy a glove? OD's talent.
Spartan positioning this game has been great, and I love the skill build. He is 5, 1 point in Shadow Realm. You survive on one Shadow Realm, you don't deal damage with it, so it's very good to itemize this way. And also lowering the cooldown on Cursed Crown. If you get 2 of those in a team fight, you already done your job.
See mid, MNT, yeah, not going to be able to try for that. They try for a cute little play there with the Shikuchi and the X-Well. Spartan there for it, and Stamanen. I knew MTD was holding up here, but already well out of the area. Want to be found behind the tower as CHILLAX continue to do their best to avoid these sweeps from Brame across the map and leave them very close to the Blink Dagger. And then the catch is going to be even more terrifying from Brame, and Pleb will have to be very cautious how he does turn up to the fights. Any sort of jump and setup, and Brame very likely right now to still have the burst to deal with this PL.
PL still very squishy, doesn't even have a magic wand.
3-man smoke coming out from Brame here. Looks like they're running straight into Dire's triangle. They should know that they're in the jungle.
See if they can start the fight off here. Spartan, he's going to be the one to spot first. Stamanen gets his hold onto MNT. Coil will catch the 2 of them, but with the Bulldoze out, MTD is away. Still on the front, they'll look to use the Roar here to just take MNT out. With the Roar expended, did CHILLAX want to go for this? They might not have any choices. Nefrit, he's going to force the fight onto Pleb. Astral will come out and try and save.
Gets it.
It's going to be able to push back MTD. That will kill him off there. As with his dying breath, Spartan able to offer the extra bit of control needed to kill off the Spirit Breaker. As yet again, Brame will take the advantage off the back of a solid fight.
I could feel Spartan's laugh there, being able to use the ulti, trade once again his life for Spirit Breaker, more than enough. PL at this point, he does not feel comfortable going in, even with the Manta style. 1 coil, 1 cleave from Kunkka will pretty much deal with all of his illusions. He's just not tanky enough on the illusions, and OD, he was not in vicinity to cast any of the defensive astrals that could change a fight. Puck so far has had pretty much perfect game, 0 deaths. I think his itemization is on point, going for Blink Dagger first and also Lincoln Sphere, so doesn't need to care about either charge or leash mechanic from the Soulbind. And they don't have any ways to proc it that easily.
Yeah, and speaking of itemization, Grimstroke has his shard queued up 300 gold away from it, and the shard can be incredibly valuable versus Primal Roar versus Cursed Crown versus Brambles. You can just put this on Spirit Breaker, and on top of the Bulldoze, he's just going to be very, very tanky and survivable during these fights.
Kunkka, interesting build, going for Radiance. I like that. Against PL, he wants to be able to scale in the late game. That missed chance. And he's super tanky. If you get Armor Toggle, which is going to keep you alive for the next 10 seconds, and the missed chance, the overtime damage that you deal with Radiance is going to be very significant.
Really good. And this Radiance, on top of the Shivas that Puck has queued up, is just great itemization against PL overall.
Oh, see, big dive from Brame under the tier 2. Feeling solid on the back of their team fight potential. Orb comes through, perfectly lined up there by Wish as he picks up the kill on MTD as he comes out of the defensive Astral. Yeah, I mean, CHILLAX at this stage just seem unable to take any sort of team fight against Brame. As Brame, they'll take the 2 kills, take the tier 2. They could just continue to rule the map whilst CHILLAX scramble to get these items to allow them to fight Brame head on. They're just not quite there yet.
Spirit Breaker using ulti to kill the big creep, get the gold, but pay with his life. Interesting choice.
Unfortunately, snaps the coil himself too.
It's not looking easy here for CHILLAX. They had a great game 1 of the series, but game 2 was not a fun one against Wish's Tinker. Now in game 3, just getting sort of outplayed across the board. Brame will pick up Roche, and he just onto Nefrit, Shard as well, and the goal from that Radiance will pretty much be there for the next push that Brame come in at. Still, incredible timings coming out really from Nefrit here. Very, very farm, level 18.
And this tidal wave can be really valuable versus Spirit Breaker, PL, OD, and Weaver, so...
He's still not using it. It's also another way to break the coil, if they want to go for that. It's also not a bad item on Puck. His shard that reveals things, so you can reveal Spirit Breaker, you can reveal Weaver. They're gonna give it to Kunkka. Safe choice.
Trying to go for moves over towards the river. Stamana's going to put a quick stop to that. In fact, he's even looking to see if he can get in top of Mastery. He's going to have the backup of 11. Blinks in with a roar. They've caught out the OD. 40 seconds now without Mastery. CHILLAX just never really getting the chance to fight as a 5-man. Brame, very good at finding the setups. Lots of ways to pick off and start the fight with their heroes and the jump that they have.
They're gonna go for high ground. They have this Aegis, they have Radiance, big time. If they lose a fight, they can lose one set of barracks for sure. Glyph already used. They could try to fix the lanes because bottom is being pushed in.
Chasing
Still chasing.
Yeah, he's going for this. Look at the silence. He's going to be able to close the gap with the Yule setup and Wish. He's dropped the coil down, dust at the ready. Try his best to juke around her, and he is pretty tanky, but not tanky enough there. Stamanen not allowing any survivors to get away from him.
They've done really well on the side of Brame, just playing with these coil interactions. We've seen some boulder smash out, we've seen a lot of nice terrorizes, and now we might even see a tidal wave knock out of coil.
See if they want to reapproach, trying to go top. This is what the tier 1 and the tier 2 to take bottom, so Brame.
Also huge wave approaching top. They're drawing on a minimap, fix the lanes. We don't have to rush. There's still some time left, 2.5 minutes on Aegis, so we can use it. Kunkka getting closer to level 20. Like, his level 20 and 25 talents are extremely strong against PL. You get more cleave and you get 2 seconds less on cleave.
Yeah, Nefrit just massive. I mean, across the board, Brame looking incredibly farmed in comparison to CHILLAX's cause. PL just never really quite hitting a timing where he's been able to turn up and be any sort of threat. And we'll find Spartan on the high ground, but Brame, they'll be quick to respond to look to fight on in return. Roar out onto the OD as 11 commits on a Mastery. They'll head out for now under the Astral, but they're there waiting for him. Stamanen rolls in perfectly timed to bring him down.
Is he gonna get out? So on the side, Grim and Weaver actually had Puck controlled, but Nefrit just sends out his boat, just keeping him safe. Walks back into the fight. It was like a nice display of teamwork there. Don't worry, man, I got you.
Back to the base defense, and we'll have to be done with that Zodi. Wish. 11, they seize the opportunity there. Lodin steps up. A little too close to the push. We'll come with the buyback, but the speed that they take down these racks leaves no time or opportunity for CHILLAX to say anything about this one. Brame take the full set, and nothing to be done by CHILLAX. They continue to slip further and further behind. 16k down now. And not looking to be any signs of slowing down this Brame train.
PL can't join fights. Like, they managed to shut him down completely this game. 14,000 net worth. Feels like, in terms of gold, he should be doing stuff, but yeah, we talked before the game started. It's not an ideal PL game. You're playing into Puck, you're playing into Kunkka, so kind of a tough one for him.
For PL to have excelled in this game, Spiritbreaker just had to do more, but I think Brame did such a great job of playing together. That fight that they had earlier on when...
I wish. He's just straight in. The boat's coming out. They'll try and save someone with the Astral, but Stamana's in onto loading. The Magnetize, bringing them down low. Pleb will send some illusions over. And see, able to get off the time lapse. CHILLAX, they're trying to scrabble their way back to the base. The Dream Coil will catch out the two of them. Fear will push back, get the snapback on both of them as Brame. They're ready to go straight in a tidal wave to pull them out at the high ground. MTD will put the BKB to fight this, but he cannot do so. The Tidebringer hit comes through from Nefrit as Brame just firing on all cylinders here as they just continue to roll over CHILLAX. CHILLAX, they just didn't get a chance this game.
That was so visually satisfying.
They realize there's a ward, they put Sentry instantly on the high ground, de-ward it. Not the perfect execution, trying to lock down the OD and silence him. He still manages to get the Astral off. I mean, this game looks kind of over, but let's see, 2 buybacks. That's a big hammer.
Not a bad Sanis at all. There's still a BKB available for Nefrit in 11. Nefrit will go down. See a successful TP out for the Beastmaster.
Okay.
3 buybacks. They get some decent kills out of that one. I mean, there's 70 seconds, no Kunkka. See if they can do anything with it. We'll see that satisfying pullback there again as Brame just leaving no opportunity for CHILLAX to run. But finally, a bit of a punchback from CHILLAX, albeit quite an expensive one off the back of those buybacks.
3 buybacks. If they manage to get a kill on any of those cores, Spiritbreaker, Phantom Lancer, it's going to be big. Like, they got some gold from it. Still, Phantom Lancer, even when he finishes his heart, it's still going to be relatively squishy to what they... Shiva's Guard is there, the AoE, you have Kunkka with the Twilight Talent that I mentioned, and the execution from Brame has been top-notch in general, the way they used their combos, the perfect one, pretty much that we saw with the Tidal Wave, a bit of a push me, pull you kind of a thing.
Spiritbreaker got Spider Legs dropped. Always a nice item for that hero.
Interesting choice. I didn't notice that. Spiritbreaker decided to go for 40 damage on level 15 instead of the Bulldoze cooldown.
I guess just feeling that they are lacking the ability to kill anyone. With the right click, knowing that his carry's not in quite the best place. Pleb.
So Earth Spirit's actually playing with the Titan Sliver, and Nefrit's playing with the Cloak of Flames, which typically is reversed. The carry plays with the Titan Sliver, but now Nefrit's just a walking burn damage from the Cloak of Flames, burn damage from his Radiance.
All the fire. It's going rather well for him. As the few times he's died, you can imagine the amount of damage that he's ended up doing before he goes out. It's been quite the number. We'll see the heart finally finished on Pleb. See if there's enough to keep him and his illusions alive long enough to annoy that of the cause of Brame.
Puck is massive. Just finished off Octarine core on top of Lincoln Sphere. 0 deaths so far on Vish.
Yeah, I mean, Wish has had a fantastic 2 games here. He popped off on his Tinker in this game. Puck looking just as impressive.
I'll charge in on the Kunkka. I'm just gonna poke him and walk away.
And look at Stamana. This comes out, MTD. There's Koi, and Wish is going to go straight for the backlines. Able to get the coil down on both the OD and the Grimstroke. Roar out as well. MTD trying to help out with the BKB, but he's just got to run. He knows that there's 2 dead. Mastery and loading. Pleb, he came around on the backlines. They've got the Yule set up, but they got any way to catch him on the way down? They do. Torrent comes out perfectly timed. He's able to put the Manta Doppelganger over towards the wave, but they find him with the Cursed Crown. Pleb The heart won't be enough to save him as Pleb's out of the game for 100 of seconds. They kick back MTD as they're on the road to pretty much cleaning up the whole team. There's no hold to be left from CHILLAX. GG is called. Brame, they'll take this game 3. And they look very good doing it. You know, game 1, a little bit of a slow one